Namaste. Lunar eclipse is happening exactly after 7 days. That is next Saturday, lunar eclipse will happen. This Chandra Grahan or lunar eclipse is going to be more difficult for those who have difficult planetary aspects in their birth chart. For example, if you are having moon with Rahu in your birth chart, or if you are having moon with sun in your birth chart, or if your moon is combust and Mercury is retrograde, then this lunar eclipse or Chandra Grahan will impact more negatively in your life. So it all depends on the quality of your birth chart. If you have moon with Ketu or moon with Saturn, then that I don't consider as negative placement. Moon Saturn is a deep thinker. Swami Vivekananda also had this conjunction, Moon Saturn conjunction. Moon Ketu conjunction is one of the highest as far as spiritual advance, spiritual progress is concerned. Bhagavan Raman Maharshi also had this conjunction, Moon Ketu conjunction. Similarly, Tajuddin Baba of Nagpur, a very great Sufi saint, he also had this Moon Ketu conjunction. So Moon Ketu conjunction or Moon Saturn conjunction is not at all a problem. But when you have difficult conjunctions such as Moon Rahu, Moon Sun, Moon Mars, these all are tamasic. And when it is Chandra Grahan, then definitely the person becomes more and more restless. And then he gets into fights and arguments. So these kind of things happen. So before I talk on the effects of this lunar eclipse, I would want you to first look into your chart, and if you have these kind of conjunctions with moon, then please be aware. Try to control your mind. In the next month, my book 27 Nakshatras, The Living Legends. In this book, I have talked briefly about the connection of moon and mind, about how to overcome black magic attacks, how to overcome certain challenges in your life. So this book is not just about 27 nakshatras, but it also has certain answers to certain intriguing questions, as well as it also has many remedies, mantra-based remedies, tree-based remedies, and much more. So next month, I'm going to showcase the very first glimpse of my new book, 27 Nakshatras, The Living Legends. So on this note, let us begin with the impact of lunar eclipse on all 12 zodiac signs. So as I see in the ephemeris, on 28th October, as per Indian Standard Time, full moon or Purnima begins at 4:18 am and ends on 29th October at 1:54 am. So during this full moon day, the lunar eclipse will happen on the night of 28th October. And the timing of lunar eclipse is in the midnight. So it starts at 1 am and ends at 2:25 am. So the whole play of lunar eclipse is between 28th October and 29th October in the midnight as per Indian Standard Time. And this lunar eclipse is happening in the sign of Aries. and in the sign of Aries, Rahu is placed. So this lunar eclipse or Chandra Grahan is totally influenced by the energy of Rahu, and so it is going to be difficult for many of you. So let's begin with each zodiac sign. The effect of lunar eclipse will remain from 29th October to 7th November, and during this time natives born with moon in Aries will have many difficulties dealing with their marriage partner or business partner. It will also create a lot of anxiety, mental turmoil, and overall the state of your mind will not be in the right state. So, the most impacted sign for this lunar eclipse is the sign of Aries. And as I mentioned in the beginning, that if your chart is not having good planetary aspects, then the transits and these events such as solar eclipse or lunar eclipse can cause more difficulties. And so if your moon sign is Aries, and if you are having some difficult conjunctions, or if you are going through a difficult Mahadasha such as Rahu Mahadasha or Ketu Mahadasha, then definitely this lunar eclipse period will cause more difficulties, more mental issues, mental worries in your life. So what to do? And the answer is very simple. The answer is try to focus more and more in doing daily meditations and start chanting the auspicious, powerful Ganesha mantra. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Chant this mantra every morning and evening at least for 15 minutes. Natives born with moon in a Taurus sign will feel lost. You seem to be more confused during this phase of your life. And when you are lost, you need a GPS system to help you reach the right destination. And who could be the best GPS system than the benevolent Guru? So, focus on chanting, focus on doing daily meditations, and try to surrender yourself more at the feet of the Master. And to protect yourself from this lunar eclipse effects, start doing daily meditations and start chanting the powerful, auspicious healing mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chant this mantra every morning and evening at least for 10 to 15 minutes. Always remember, you can overcome all this kind of negativity when you start doing consistent meditations and chanting. Natives born with moon in Gemini should be very careful when dealing with your friends. Nowadays you get many friends on Facebook or elsewhere, but be aware because some of them may cause certain troubles. They may disturb you. So be aware and try not to interact much with your friends during this phase. Instead, focus your time on doing daily meditations and chanting the powerful Ganesha mantra. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Do this every morning and evening at least for 10 or 15 minutes. If you start doing it before the lunar eclipse happens, definitely you will be in a better condition to overcome all the difficulties and challenges that this lunar eclipse will bring. Natives born with moon in Cancer sign should be very careful about their reputation. Try not to argue with your boss at workplace. Maintain a low profile and start chanting the powerful mantra Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha. Chant this mantra every morning and evening at least for 15 minutes. Since Cancer is ruled by moon and moon is going to go through this grahan, that is through this lunar eclipse, it is advisable that you focus more and more on purifying your routine life by doing daily meditations, daily chanting, and helping those who deserve your help and who are in dire need. So a combination of doing good karma and being consistent with your meditations and chanting will definitely help you to overcome this difficult period of lunar eclipse. Natives born with moon in Leo sign should be very careful when dealing with elderly people. Follow the advice of the elderly people. Pay respect to elderly people. Do not argue with your father. Respect your father. Respect his opinion. Give a thought to it. But don't get into fights with your elderly family members. And during this lunar eclipse period, it is good if you start chanting the powerful, auspicious, soothing mantra Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha, Om Vishnave Namaha. Just chant this mantra every morning and evening at least for 10 to 15 minutes. And if possible, visit Lord Vishnu temple or Lord Balaji temple on every Wednesday. Natives born with moon in Virgo should be very careful during this lunar eclipse period because this lunar eclipse is happening in the sign of Aries, and Aries is falling in the 8th house for all Virgo ascendant and Virgo moon sign natives. So this is a highly accidental prone period. Avoid any arguments or fights. Maintain a low profile. During this period, you may also get certain difficulties due to black magic attacks because 8th house is also connected to all this dark world of black magic. So your enemies may try to harm you using all sorts of black magic spells. So be aware and please start doing meditations daily and start chanting the powerful soothing mantra Om Ram Krishna Hari, Om Ram Krishna Hari, Om Ram Krishna Hari, Om Ram Krishna Hari. Just chant every morning and evening at least for 15 minutes. Natives born with moon in Libra should be very careful when dealing with your marriage partner. And if you are not married, even then you should be careful when dealing or interacting with your boyfriend or girlfriend. This lunar eclipse can cause certain issues in your relationship. Avoid fights and quarrels because it may disturb your mind and you may do something foolish. So please control yourself and don't get into any fights with your marriage partner or otherwise with your lover. During this period, all the natives born with moon in Libra should definitely chant Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Every morning and evening at least for 15 minutes. Natives born with moon in Scorpio should be very careful when dealing at your workplace. You may have certain fights and arguments with your colleagues at workplace. So when you are working, just be quiet and do your work. You may also become a target of office politics. But be patient and do not react. Just maintain a low profile as this lunar eclipse happens and you will be alright. And during this phase, start chanting the powerful Shiva mantra. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Chant every morning and evening at least for 15 minutes and you will be alright. Natives born with moon in Sagittarius should be very careful when dealing in stock market. You may incur certain loss, so please don't take much risk of investing in stock markets during this phase of lunar eclipse. Similarly, if you have children, then you may be worried unnecessarily and you may also face certain troubles or problems because of your children. So just take care of your children and don't get too much possessive about your children. If you are in a relationship, there is a possibility that certain arguments and certain difficulties you may face. But for now, just maintain a low profile and then everything will be alright. Stop being reactive and respond only when it is necessary. During this lunar eclipse period, it is good if you start doing daily meditations and you chant the powerful Ganesha mantra. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Every day, morning 15 minutes and evening 15 minutes. And then everything will be alright. Remember, you can do better, but for that, you have to take consistent efforts. Natives born with moon in Capricorn should be very careful when driving your car or riding your bike. Also be aware of thieves. Lock your home properly, otherwise you may face certain issues wherein a thief may get inside your house and steal some precious things from your house. So just take care of these small things and then everything will be alright. Regarding property, don't worry much, things will settle. But for now, you just ignore. Don't think much about your property or don't think much about matters related to your home or mother. Some problems to your mother may occur, but just be careful, be cautious and take good care of your mother. And that's all. You will be able to easily pass through this lunar eclipse period. During this lunar eclipse period, start chanting the powerful Rama mantra. Rama Krishna Hari, Rama Krishna Hari, Rama Krishna Hari. Or alternatively, you can also chant Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram, 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 Sri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Natives born with moon in Aquarius should be very careful when communicating with others. People may misunderstand you, people may misquote you, and that may lead to many miseries in your life. So, the best way is to keep quiet and do your work. Speak less and work more. And during this lunar eclipse period, start chanting the powerful Vishnu mantra. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Om Vishnave Namaha. Natives born with moon in Pisces should be careful about their finances. You may be worried about your finances, or you may get more worried about your finances or your family members. So, for now, don't think much about family issues or money issues. Just keep quiet and focus on doing your daily work as well as doing your daily meditations and chanting. Chant the powerful mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chant this mantra every morning and evening, and you will be alright. Overall, this lunar eclipse or Chandra Grahan is going to be difficult for those who are having difficult planetary aspects in their birth chart or some wrong difficult conjunctions with the moon in your birth chart. As I mentioned in the very beginning of this video, retrograde Mercury, combust moon, moon with sun, moon with Mars, moon with Rahu, all these kind of combinations in your birth chart will definitely make you suffer more during this lunar eclipse period. Especially if you are also going through Rahu Mahadasha, Shani Mahadasha, or Ketu Mahadasha. However, those beautiful souls who have good conjunctions in their birth chart, whose moon is placed with positive energies such as Jupiter, moon with Jupiter, moon with Ketu. In my new book, I have written about the difference between moon Ketu and moon Jupiter conjunction. So these two conjunctions are actually very positive. Or moon Saturn, or moon Mercury, moon Venus, these are not bad conjunctions with moon. So all these conjunctions which are positive, if you have this kind of conjunctions in your chart, then you don't have to worry much. This lunar eclipse will not cause much difficulties in your life. It all depends on what you are from within. Your horoscope is simply a signal, a sign of what you have attained so far from your past many births. You see? So, all those who are having difficult conjunctions in their birth chart, you also can make a positive difference, or you can also make positive change in your life by doing daily meditations, by doing daily chanting, and by controlling your diet, by maintaining a sattvic diet. Sattvic diet means a diet which has less spicy food, no non-vegetarian food, only vegetarian food. This is what sattvic food is all about. So good sattvic food and doing daily meditations, daily chanting can definitely bring a much positive difference in your life, because all of these impact your mind. You start thinking positively. Your quality of thoughts goes up, you are kind of having high quality thoughts, spiritual thoughts, and these kind of things bring a lot of positive difference in your life. But who wants to listen? And therefore we have so many men and women suffering because of their own foolishness. Always remember, never blame others, because the main defect is always within us and we have to work on it. We have to work on it. Those who have listened, they have attained bliss, peace, and joy in their life. Always remember, happiness is not ready-made. It comes from your own actions. And so it is necessary that you focus on doing more and more good actions, good karma. Focus on raising the quality of your life by adhering to a meditative life, wherein you start focusing more on your inward journey by daily chanting and surrendering yourself at the feet of the benevolent, compassionate Master. Always remember, quality of life and standard of life, these are two different subjects. Quality of life is based on the quality of thoughts, and standard of life is based on the income that you earn every month. And it is very unfortunate that people are focusing more on raising the standard of life but are totally forgetting about focusing on raising the quality of life. They don't understand that money has nothing to do with the quality of life. Money has only to do with the standard of life. You may be a rich man or a rich woman, but definitely it will not assure that you are living a quality life, because quality life is totally based on what you do in your routine life, how much you dedicate your time to turning inwards, doing daily meditations, daily chanting. This is what helps you to live a quality life. So never confuse yourself between quality of life and standard of life. Interestingly, the majority is only focused on raising the standard of life. But what about quality of life? Think over this, for my role is simply to help you turn inwards and to encourage you all to find the true purpose of life. As the Bhagavan quotes, the only purpose of life is to realize yourself. There is nothing else to do. My salutations to the great spiritual master, Bhagavan Raman Maharshi. Jai Sri Ganesha. Jai Guru. ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। ॐ गं गणपतये नमः।